What's up, everybody? Welcome to Aspects Land of a Changing Man. My name is Gold, bringing you another episode. Hope that everything's going good with everybody tonight. Hope that you enjoy your night and you had a great weekend. Just bringing you another episode. Basically, this is a show that is about my perspective on things that I feel are becoming problems in relationships, and if they do, bringing them to light so that we're able to learn these things so that we're able to fix them so we can continue to build upon the relationships that we love to enjoy being in. So like I say, this is my perspective. I definitely can be wrong, but it's just my opinion. So if you want to hit me up, definitely do that. My email addresses are mplsmikid at yahoo or gmail.com. mplsmikid aka is my Twitter account. And also you can find me at Aspects Land of a Changing Man on Facebook, which is the Facebook page for this podcast. I definitely thank everyone for coming out. If you can, hit the follow button, hit the like button, download button, whichever one that you want to. Definitely give me a shout out or give your opinion on the show. Let me know if you think I'm wrong or I'm right. Give your like about the show. We definitely appreciate every support that we get. So as I continue on my show, I definitely want to give a shout out to everybody that listens once again, because I couldn't continue to do this show without believing that someone is out there listening, and that I'm helping someone out with any opinion that I have as far as my perspective or someone else's, because I definitely will have different people coming on here in the near future. How soon, I don't know, but we're definitely putting that into works to expanding it into something bigger than what it is. With today's subject, I definitely want to talk about a subject that I feel is very, very, very important when it comes to a relationship. When you say, what do you need to be in a relationship? Some people say, you need communication. Definitely need communication. You need good sex. Definitely don't need good sex. You can turn any sex into good sex. You need trust. Definitely, number one thing that you need is trust. I want to put the word trust into a more scarier word. The reason I wanted to put into a more scarier word is because I feel like if you are able to feel this word as against the word trust, you will understand what I'm trying to say. And I feel like it's the scariest word when it comes to the things that a relationship needs, the things that a person needs to be when it comes to a relationship. And the word that I'm thinking of is vulnerability. And the reason I think vulnerability is so scary is because a lot of people put it off as being weak. A lot of people put it off as being needy. And for a lot of it, it's not that at all. It's not being weak. It's not being needy. It's basically being open. It's being open. It's being trusting. The definition of vulnerability is to be susceptible, which the word susceptible means likely or liable to be influenced or harmed by a particular thing. So when you're susceptible, you're basically ready for harm. With physical or emotional attack or harm. So you're susceptible to physical or emotional attack or harms. That is the definition of vulnerability, basically being wide open for attack. And the reason that you need to be vulnerable in a relationship is because if you're not, you're basically on the defense. And in the times that I was supposed to be vulnerable in a relationship, I wasn't. I was always looking for a way to be defensive. I would cheat, or I would try to manipulate the situation. Yeah, I would try to control it to make myself seem trusting, but I really wasn't, because I was trying to use the wrong type of skills to make the relationship better. But instead of letting them know that you can trust in me and whatever you do, I'm open for it, it was too scary for me to let them know that I'm too open for it, for an attack by them. Because you're basically giving somebody a knife, and you're turning your body, you're giving your back to them, or you're closing your eyes and you're saying, hey, whatever, I you know, take your best shot, and hoping that they don't do it, or I'm ready for whatever you're going to bring. And that's scary. That I definitely am scared. I definitely am scared to even give the nicest person in the world a knife and turning my back to them and hoping that they don't do it, because that's all you're going to be doing, is hoping that they don't do it. So with it being a scary word to, you know, to substitute for the word trust, I would ask people what they think about that. Do you think you could be vulnerable to another person? Do you think you can sit here and say, okay, go ahead and, be wide open? Imagine not having any type of thing to protect you. You don't have a shield. You don't have a gun. You don't have any type of tool. You got your arms just wide open with your chest just available to have anything happen to it. And you got your eyes closed. So not only can you not stop it, but you don't even know if it's coming or not, or when it's coming. And for me, it was so scary. I thought I had to do anything. I had to have a secret. I had to have a secret. I had to, I got to get you first before you get me, type of thing. It wasn't anything that I stepped in and I said, well, I'm not going to do it. It was something where I stepped in and I was so scared. I had to have something as a plan B. I had to have someone on the side waiting for me when the relationship ends, because, they can't do it first. They can't end the relationship with me and be happy about it, be happier than me. I got to be happier than them, instead of doing the right things and showing, hey, you know what, I'm cool. I'm ready for it. I hope that it doesn't happen, but I'm ready for whatever. And when you don't give someone vulnerability, it's not fair to them. Especially someone that is vulnerable to your attacks. That leaves themselves wide open for something that you'll do to them. It's not fair at all. Just imagine that you're the one that's doing it and someone else is out there protecting themselves. It wouldn't seem fair to you at all. You wouldn't want to continue a relationship with that person. And I feel like it's, you're most vulnerable when your five senses don't work. If you can't see a person, you can't hear a person, you can't smell a person, you can't taste a person. See, hear, feel, smell, and taste a person. If you can't do those five things, I know I was missing one, that's why I went through them. But, if you can't do those five things, I know it's funny when I say, taste or smell, but at the same time, some people do find comfort in the smell of somebody when they're gone, because it's still the thought of them. But if you can't do those things, you're basically wondering. Like me, I'm an overthinker, so in times that that, somebody wasn't around, my mind was always going crazy. So um, I could basically analyze a whole situation and give you a situation where you're cheating on me. Even though you may not be, I can still think of a situation with every single detail to it, just analyze it and break it down to where, oh yeah, this is what happened. This is most likely what happened. So when I bring it up, they're like, "What are you talking about?" But it sounds so good that they're like, "Man, you really thought of that?" But that's just me protecting myself. I was always trying to protect me. So, in checking phones, and accusing the person of talking to somebody that they ain't even respond to, or, sitting here accusing them and telling them situations they could have did it, or having some female on the side, or actually cheating. All those things was something that I felt would secure me from being vulnerable, which it didn't, because if anything happened, especially depending on the person, I was hurt. I was still hurt, no doubt. So I had a better chance of doing the right thing and feeling the hurt than doing the wrong things and feeling the hurt. The only thing that would have made the difference is if, how stupid I felt for doing all that and never doing anything else. But you still would have a clear name. Or if anybody else found out. Like, that's a scary thought. Somebody else finding out that you were just vulnerable. Because where I'm from makes you look like a sucker. You look stupid. People, I'm always afraid of, it being somebody that I know or somebody that looks at me and laughing at me. So, it was always just stupid stuff that I would think in my head, just being an overthinker, trying to protect myself. But the best thing that I should have been is vulnerable. I should have been able to get over my fears, to protect myself from my fears. Some people fear the fear that they have. They get so scared of fear that they're willing to do wrong to protect themselves from it. Like I said, but a lot of things is fear. A lot of things we just panic and go down the wrong road. Even with me, but trying to be manipulative and trick somebody into not being wrong, but trying to talk the situation into my favor, and not in the right way. Trying to make the person see some wrong when I'm doing wrong. What's wrong with me? And I definitely feel a lot of regret and shame for the stuff that I've done. That's another thing you have to be vulnerable to. Is shame and regret. With growing, you have to feel shame and you got to feel regret for doing wrong and say, okay, that wasn't right. I'm going to fix it and do it I'm going to do it right this time. Because we all wish that we do it right the first time, but at the same time, we're human, we make mistakes, and it could take us a second or third time to get it right. Yeah, but it's all in your partner. You got to understand that, that you have to give to get, especially in like relationships today, because